Hi guys, how are you today? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is something a little different. I really wanted to show you a project I've been working on. Now, this is a new project for me. I recently got back into knitting and I wanted to start a new project. So I was looking through YouTube and I stumbled across a video from someone I follow called Chris is Crafty. I'm going to link her video and her channel down below. So Chris had posted this video on something called a temperature blanket, and I got really curious on what that is, and I researched it, and it opened up a huge possibilities of projects. So basically a temperature blanket is you start it on one date, you end it the same date a year later. So a lot of people will start it on January 1st and they'll end it on December 31st or on January 1st the next year. So basically you have a key or a chart where everything is color coded and you knit a row based on the color each day. So a temperature blanket, you knit a row of each color for what the temperature is. For instance, it might be, 0 to 10 degrees might be blue, 10 to 20 might be a lighter blue, 20 to 30 might be purple, 30 to 40 might be orange, 40 to 50 might be yellow, and so forth. So you end up with this interesting rainbow blanket of all the colors and temperatures that have happened throughout the year. So I wanted to do something a little different. So I decided I'm going to do my own spin on the temperature blanket idea, and I'm going to do a weather blanket. So I brainstormed some ideas and the kind of weather that I want on my temperature blanket, or my weather blanket, I should say. And what I came up with was this here: sunny, partly cloudy, overcast, rainy, stormy, and I put snow/ice because here a lot of times it's snowy or icy where I live. So this is a key, and a lot of people make a key so they can remember what color each temperature is, so they know which row to knit each day. I made a little key on a piece of paper and I laminated it, and I'm just going to cut it out. And I'll show you the colors I picked out for the weather. So I decided some people for their temperature blanket, they'll do like the average temperature each day and knit the row on what the temperature is. Some people might do, take it the same time each day. I decided I'm going to do what the weather is mostly for the most part. So if it's mostly snowy all day, then I would do snow. If it's mostly stormy, I would do storm. Now, I wanted to distinguish between rain and storm. I wanted to make it a little more interesting. So I'll show you that in here in a second if I can punch the holes in this. And I'm just going to cut off a little piece of each yarn and string it through here so I have my key. All right, there we go. So I've got my key here, and I'm going to show you the colors I picked for the weather blanket. So for sunny, of course, I wanted everything to be kind of color coded based on what it is. So for sunny, we have this beautiful golden yellow, and it's called, I think it's just called gold. There's a color on here. Yeah, this is just gold. This is Loops and Threads brand. When doing a knitting project like this, most knitting projects you want to buy however much yarn you'll need for your project. I don't know what the weather is going to be like in a year. Maybe it'll be sunny every day and only rain once. I don't know. So I bought a couple skeins of each color, and I can always go back and get more. I picked Loops and Threads because I like the feel of this yarn, and they had a lot of it. So hopefully they won't run out between now and a year. Or at least it's one they'll continue to stock. So this is what I picked for sunny. For partly cloudy, I'm digging in my bag here. I went for a blue kind of color like the sky. That's my partly cloudy. For cloudy, I went with this gray color, light gray. For stormy, I went with a darker gray, sort of to distinguish between, like, you know, the angry skies. For rain, I went with this sort of teal blue, and I was trying to go for like more earthy colors to make it a little more interesting and make it a little more matchy. And then for snow, you guys are going to be like, why did she pick this color? I picked pink. Now, where I live, it hardly ever snows. So I thought I wanted to do something that stood out and would kind of contrast with everything. So I picked this pink color. And actually, it did snow. So we're going to have some pink in our blanket. I'll show you that here in a second. So those are the colors I picked. So all I need to do now is string them through my little chart here, and we'll have our key completed. So join me here. Let's get started. All right, so that's my key, and you can see how these colors look together. I really like how they turned out, or how they look together, I should say. So basically, if we ever forget, you know, a color, or we're, you know, trying to figure something out, we can refer back to this key. This is also great. You could take it in the store and match colors if, you know, you run out of a color. And they're out of it. So we're going to set this to the side. And I actually wanted to do mine for the year 2022, which is the year it is right now. And I decided to go ahead and start the project. I got a little head start, but also because I went back and did this. So I'm going back and I'm trying to play catch up here, and, you know, get caught up and then do it once a day, or to the point where I am doing it once a day. So I started on my knitting project, and you could probably see it here in the corner. If you're unfamiliar with this, I'm going to show you. This is how I knit. Very unconventional way. I've tried knitting with knitting needles. I am terrible at it. I never really learned how to crochet. I really wanted to knit something. So this thing here, this beast, is called a loom. This is the Infinity Loom, or the Serenity Loom, or the Afghan Loom, whatever you want to call it. And basically, you knit on it, and once you're done, you're going to have this beautiful blanket. So my rules for this project, of course, the biggest rule is I'm going to knit 2 rows every day, based on the weather, the overall weather. So I'm going to end up with a blanket here, 2 knitted rows every day. So I think I'm on this is day 5 of the 5th of January. I hope to catch up soon. So I'm just going to knit a little bit on screen here with you. I'm not going to go over a tutorial on how to do this loom. If you want a introduction guide, I'm going to link a video down below that helped me get started. And it's a great video. Highly recommend checking it out if you're interested in this loom. Now, these looms are great for knitting on. I think one thing I struggle with is making uniform stitches. So all the pegs here are already here for you. So they help you make those uniform stitches. So I highly recommend checking out a loom like this if you're interested in knitting. And I don't know if I'd start with this one. They make other shapes. You can get a round loom for making hats, socks, gloves, things like that. You could get a long one for making a scarf. I started out with the scarf one, the long one. You can buy these in any craft store. So these are awesome. I'm just going to start finishing my row. I started here. You can see here where I live the first few days of January. The first day was overcast, rainy, and then day 4 was partly cloudy, and then you could see, or day 3 was partly cloudy and day 4 was sunny. I'm on day 5 right now, which is partly cloudy again. You could see that here. And I'm just invite you to knit along with me and we will go through this journey together. I'm just going to do a row or 2 here on camera and then that'll be it. I just wanted to again introduce you guys to this project and I'm so happy you come on this journey with me. All right, let's get started on the loom. All right, that was a little bit of me knitting on my loom. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you join me for the next video. The next one's going to be my pass along journal video. All right, have you guys used this loom before? If you enjoyed this video or want to see more videos like it, please comment down below. I look forward to hearing from you. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and I'll catch you for the next one. Bye.